Hello everybody, my name is Edmund Productions and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Redux, or Ultra Deluxe.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Man, what an ending that was. Oh my god. I'm recording this straight after, I'm dumbstruck. I'm actually lost. No, not quite yet, I don't think.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I always forget about that PowerPoint presentation, it's always the funniest thing.
Stanley stepped into the broom
I remember
closet,
this one.
but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
No, I don't think I will. Oh, how that endgame meme goes, was it? No. No, I don't think I will. That was an awful movie, Endgame. To be fair, Marvel really isn't that good anyway. Surely this can't be it.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Psych. Come on.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Ah. Beige pages. There's a lot of neat little, I guess, pieces in here. Uh oh. Maybe the narrator won't see me. I've never seen this one before. Oh, this is nice. I like this. Uh-oh. Oh, are you kidding me? What if I try going down? Well, now it's nice, I suppose. If I press the box on release or no.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known that. Stanley jumped, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random
well, there's something else there, but...
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh boy. Spooky.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But I kind of want to go through the escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm still alive.
As the machine whirred into motion, and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
Oh no,
he
please.
doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
No, wait.
The eyeballs
Wait.
from the ground.
No,
So
no.
he resigned
Wait.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh my god. Skip.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh, I remember this.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Doors 1, 2, and 3. The office. The shitty US sitcom part. underground. This is where we went.
Stanley jumped in the river.
No, it was me.
Let's see. Stanley walked through. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
The voice without a face. The freedom ending. Songs, the Minecraft one. Oh. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I'm not quite ready to go yet. It's cool. Man, it's just little details like this that just make the game so much different. So much more pushed out. It's like a labyrinth. Zending. That's this Zending model. Okay. I think I'm almost ready to leave. Go through different areas. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? What is the games? Oh, are you a rock? Can you tell me what the significance of the number 1112800 is? Warzone. Okay, then we're back at the start.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Almost 11 o'clock. Is that almost 10 o'clock? Either one will do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Later. Oh, I don't. This is different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided... Oh no, not. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I'll be back, I promise.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Press E on everything. On everything, damn it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Oh no.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
This place is huge.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Big Brother is watching you. 1984 is actually one of my favorite books. It's not bad, but
this mind control facility,
Forget what
it
I
was
just said.
too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Fine. Oh, wait a minute. Big white buttons. Yes, you're a big white button. No, I have a feeling. I've got a feeling. Ooh. 1, 2. 3. That's number 4. How do we get up there? Oh. It's just really dark. Really scary. Okay, I need to turn my brightness up for this because I'm struggling to see. Do I get around through here? No, okay. Video. God, have we changed the camera on this? This is... Can't see where the stairs begin. I think it's meant to be here, but it's... There's something I'm missing? There's a door, actually. Could try that. I'm not too sure if there's actually meant to be something around here that actually lets you get up there. Because I think this is where it's supposed to open up, but it's closed. Activate power cells. So it says that the power needs to be put online. I have a feeling that once I go through these doors are going to close again. I'm not going to be able to get the good ending. Or am I just like overthinking this? Because it just says button sounds on that room we're just in, so... One, two... The cable also gets lashed up over here. To that door. I have no idea what to do at the moment. I refuse to accept that there's no way this isn't something we could do. How we could get these doors open, but how? Maybe we just try 1, 2, 3, 5. No. Because we can't do 2, 8, 4, 5. Maybe we need to turn the place on first. Let's try that.
And when at last he found the source of the room's... Oh, Stanley.
Oh.
You didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Sorry.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
This is the good ending.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
But you need to understand, there's only so much that
I don't like
machine
what's
can
going on
do.
in there.
You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
There,
It's
door's
your
open.
time
The door's
to
open.
shine.
Oh,
you
you
are the
bastard.
star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
Okay.
What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
What is it? What's the
Mere
code?
moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to
What is it?
talk
What is it? What
about
is it?
you.
I think
About
he just
me.
sort of roleplay a switch.
What all this means, I barely know where to
Door's open.
start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good
come on,
mood.
come on, come
You're
on.
gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
1.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of
Yeah,
events
press 1,
has
what do I
been
do?
rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the
I
control
pressed 1,
wrested
what
away
do I
from you,
do?
it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Wait.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it
Correct.
that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you.
Pressing
running
4.
from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Bastard.
These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
3 attempts remaining.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a
I don't know what to
challenge.
do.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
Well,
That's
this is
30
it.
seconds you have left to strike.
I don't know what to
30
do.
seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever.
So I just looked it up.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
That's eerie. Man, it's always a little difference. Always. Sorry, it's got. I'm just game it down a little bit. It's always the little differences.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
I did look it up. There's no way to stop the countdown. I think I already said that, but I'll say it again just in case.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
It looks okay.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
The darkness. Always the darkness. Wow.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Stanley Parable Reassurance Plugin. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh boy. I'm guessing that's a way out.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly
I'm bleeding
Jim
out. I
right
need to be
now?
another person to
If
have
so,
that happen.
then please step forward and press the button.
I'll get over to the stool. Yep. Oh, maybe I can go to this stool. Okay, well, I'm beaten.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon they'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
I don't know why this door didn't open.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Oh, the baby is all grown up. Bankruptcy. Do what I want. Game. Sure, let's take a look at the free achievement. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Thank you, Stanley Parable. Very cool.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't like
God,
whatever
it
that
really
was.
is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
This actually isn't too bad. Stanley Parable Insurance Bucket, Office Decorators, Epilogue, The Infinite Hole. It won't end. Oh, here we go. The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Hole. See what the Infinite Hole is. The Infinite Hole? The Infinite Hole is all about. Oh boy.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
This is a bit more familiar.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I wonder if there's a thing.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
There's a shitload of cigarettes over there. Meeting at 2 p.m. Oh, there is a meeting. There's another meeting at 2 p.m. But I'm already going to the 2 p.m. meeting. Pause button is a Roman numeral for 2. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Bow bow.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you... Oh, for heaven's sake. You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow, okay, yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
I'll get back in one more time, see what happens.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh, it's not working. Oh, there we go.
The, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing?
Still nothing.
I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole.
No way.
Now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Oh my god, he's gone. This is it. This is really it. What was that? I went off. I went out. I went off Mr. Bones Wild Ride. Please, I swear to God, I'll be good. Oh no. Farewell, world. What even is this? Oh, oh my lord, what is going on? No, please, I don't want this, I swear to God. Oh my God, I swear to God, I'll be good. Please, I swear to God, I'll be good from now on. Oh. It's like a bad fever dream.
Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
No, please, not again. Oh no, here we go. Oh.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh, we'll try the gym one. You heard gym in the game. You know, I kind of want to go back to the Infinite Hole and see what it's like this time. Is a gym button back? It's still gone. Damn. But it was a transformative experience. Is even a merch? Oh, there you go. That should look familiar. That big doll right in there. The reassurance bucket. What's this? These no screenshots. What's mostly Infinite Hole.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Fantastic. I love it.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
I don't
Come
want
now,
this.
You've already made your choice. It's
I'm
true
saying
that you
no.
chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
No. I refuse. I'm gonna get a BB gun and shoot those balloons. What's this back here? Oh. No. No, I want back in. Let me back in. Damn it. That took away the best part about this game. Okay. I think this is just about it for everything on the bottom floor. Except for the epilogue, but we're gonna finish off. Yeah, that's the exit. We're gonna come back. Oh, well, there's a wall there too. Fantastic. How do we get back up? No. Wait, we've done that, done that. We just need to do the reassurance bucket. Wait a minute. The stairs there. That's new. Yeah, how do we get up there? Oh, it must be through the epilogue. Okay. Alright, well, let's go back up here then.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say
I was in
that
high school at
after
the
much
time, so I'll just go through that
consideration,
anyway.
I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
It's a bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in
Certainly
fact,
is.
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, I've got the bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't.
That's just about it.
already.
No, it must be. I was about to blow my brains out with that sneeze. Holy. Well, in the case, what have we done? We've done the jump circle. 5 is this map. We've done the free achievement, the button, we've done that, we've done the merch. Settings, world champion. So that should be just on the other side over here. Well, in that case, done the bucket, but done the office decorations, so we just need to do the epilogue. Just the epilogue. Just the epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Oh, here we go. Sings World Champion is up here. Oh. Fantastic. Is there anything in here? No. Nope. Fantastic. This was a huge waste of my time. So I suppose that's it then. Well, fine, it ended. Okay. Okay, well, let's find the exit then. Should be this way.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
Yeah.
to move on now?
Just about. Yeah, this is all pretty cool.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Yeah, they're
Yes,
okay.
I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they wouldn't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ah, hello. I'm liking this.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Time's changed. Has it? I don't know. Oh. To heaven. What is this heaven? Is it? I mean, I know it says it's heaven, but I don't think the game is telling me the truth. Let's turn it back on. Man, this really is heaven. Is just press all the buttons I want to all day. I really don't know what to do here. I'm just sort of struck with awe at the moment. I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna look something up very quickly, and I'll let you know what I come across. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. So, well, there's not really there's not really anything you could do with this ending. You can only exit the game by rezoning the game on your own. Well, my life feels further enriched by this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. Hello.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Oh, I think this might be where we... Oh, stumble again. All the new content that we've gone through already.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meet, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I'll be back for that one, I promise.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was... Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it. Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take our hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
No more narration? That must be it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
There's
You
more.
can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
My bucket.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Buckets.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
The bucket. I must find him.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
No.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Well, that was something. Meeting today. Figure we find this committee in the meeting room. Oh, let's take a look at this meeting room then.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Goodbye, bucket. Oh, we're doing like this again. Where's this extra room for? That 3's off.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure. Wow, this is something. Like I'm telling you, man, this game is just something else. We need more planks. So let's go collect them all. Is this some kind of game? Private but smelly place for an important person. That'll probably be the executive bathroom. Near a fireplace. That'll probably be the baby ending. Somewhere both red and blue. There'll probably be the door thing that we already did in the last episode, and a large room with lots of boxes. That'll probably be the warehouse. The warehouse. Thank you. Good luck. Oh. Oh, fuck you too.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Caught it.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes,
Stanlerines.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Okay. Begin the game again. Let's see, what was the other one? Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You need to buck with me for this one.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Large room with lots of boxes. Unless I've accidentally just gone past it, because I'm a moron. That is most definitely an option.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Oh,
Stanley
no,
did not
wait,
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
You know, I think now would be actually a really fitting place in the episode.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So I know there's an ending. My client showed me the other day. You could climb through the window here, you could get an ending through here, but I think, oh, that's a bit funky. But I think we might be better off saving that for the next episode. In that case, I hope you guys enjoyed the first 2 episodes of this. I recorded this in bulk, and I was almost right. 2.5 hours of pure recording. And holy, like I said, what a game this is. This really is just something else in particular. Oh. Wait, what?
It's a story of them.
Is that it? Oh, hang on, maybe I need to reset this first. That'd be a good idea. Okay. Put the game and start it again. That's easy enough. When it's Stanley Parable for the entirety of a Tuesday, well, funnily enough, today is actually Tuesday. 8. Complete stand. Set all the signs of the menu to all the available numbers. Super go outside. Don't play Stanley Parable for 10 minutes. Alright. Well, we'll work towards those, but we'll see you guys next time. See ya.